And good morning, it's 8:10. We're talking vacation planning, especially how to pay for it. Scott Walker, financial planner, here with us this morning to talk a little bit about this. You know, no one would ever suggest, Scott, that people don't take a vacation, especially in the summertime. I mean, we need it. We need to get away.
I agree.
But how do we get away in a way that we can afford it?
Well, some of the key things is obviously do live within your means. I mean, don't take an elaborate European vacation if you truly can't afford it. Mm-hmm. But do the little things that can actually make a nice vacation less expensive. And there are some tips for that.
Yeah, let's talk about some of that. I mean, you know, when you're trying to budget this thing, you know how much your plane tickets are going to be. You know how much your gasoline, or you can get a pretty good idea, and you know how much your hotel is going to be. But there are a lot of those X factor things out there that you try to plan for, but you always get wrong.
Oh, you forget about these things. You know, like certain hotels charge you for parking, mm-hmm. and it can be very expensive if you're driving. Mm-hmm. Or what if you fly? The most expensive means of transportation in any other city is a taxi cab. Mm-hmm. And you may not have been thinking about renting a car, but one trip in a cab might have covered the car rental for a week.
It's true.
So you got to kind of look through with that. And with being able to go on the internet, there's a lot more of these expenses that are easier to predict.
Mm-hmm. And you know, you want to talk about also the way that people eat when they travel. You know, I mean, you don't have to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner all out at a restaurant. You know, try to figure out some ways maybe to pack a few snacks to get you through the morning and lunch, right?
I agree. You know, sometimes when we go on vacation, we tend to change our eating habits and maybe eat a little bit more exuberant there than we normally do. But on the other hand, then we get indigestion, we don't feel good, and it's not a fun vacation. But, you know, most hotels now have a breakfast that's included in the package. Eat lightly. You know, one of the key ways to spend that budget money is to always do it with cash. Mm-hmm. Plan how much cash you're going to spend that day for just food, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. You know, and when you do a little bit of research too, Scott, I think you'd be amazed at how much free stuff there is out there to do. I mean, you start researching the places you're going to go, and you might find some really cool museums or something like that, things that will not only eat up some time, but entertain you for free.
Oh, yeah. Always look for that. And be sure to ask the staff at the hotel mm-hmm. where you may be staying. They'll give you local tips of things to do that you never even thought about, that just turned out to make a vacation just the greatest one that you'll ever remember.
And of course, the souvenirs is another place where people can lose their budget pretty quickly because you don't think about that. You say, oh, well, maybe we'll get a T-shirt at Disney World. Yeah, right. Sure you will. You get a T-shirt and you get $300 worth of other stuff.
Keep in mind that there's a reason why they want to bring you in the store.
Yeah.
But number two, again, go online. If you feel obligated to buy a trinket for someone, you know, I'm sure you can get a Statue of Liberty souvenir on the internet for about half of what it costs you in New York. Only spend money on souvenirs or things that are just absolutely one-of-a-kind items at your destination.
Excellent.
You can't get. The rest of the stuff, buy it at home is cheaper.
Good advice. Hey, thanks, Scott. That way you can hang on to more of your money and invest it and have it for the future.